In one of the most sort of too little, too late moments of this political cycle, Special Counsel Jack Smith has put out a report saying if we had gone forward with this case, Donald Trump would have been convicted. Jack Smith's report on Donald Trump is objectively one of the most damning documents in recent political history, and it lays out in detail that Trump committed crimes to overturn the 2020 election. This is not hush money, okay? These are crimes so clear that the evidence could have convicted him in court. But the catch, of course, and Trump knew it and we knew it was coming, is that because Donald Trump won the 2024 election, the Department of Justice was unable to prosecute him. The man who tried to end democracy is shielded by the very office he tried to steal. It's a sort of sick irony. And of course, as we've asked before, if the law doesn't apply to the president, then what are we really doing here? At that point, you've essentially made Trump king. Kings are above the law. Kings can do whatever they want with no consequences. In theory, the United States of America is not supposed to have kings. And the idea that a president can break laws and incite violence and still not face consequences because they got elected again is not only completely antithetical to the way this country was created, but it also sets an absolutely terrifying precedent. Think about how other countries handle situations like this. Usually, ideally, maybe better said, when someone stages a coup, they're arrested and tried and in theory, thrown in jail if they are convicted of what they did. It's sort of common sense. If you try to overthrow the government, no matter who you are, you deserve to lose your freedom with due process, of course. But apparently not here. We are special in the United States of America. We didn't just let Trump avoid accountability. We let him run for president again. And now we're going to be stuck with him in office, unable to do anything about the crimes that he has already committed. And if you look at the report, and I encourage you to read articles about it, Jack Smith's report really shows how deeply Trump corrupted the system. He encouraged the mob on January 6th. He spread lies about election fraud to both further encourage the mob, but also create a context of sort of deniability that there are really good reasons here for folks to be so angry. He weaponized his social media following to intimidate witnesses and to drag out the legal proceedings. And here we are sort of acting as though, well, he did this stuff, but he won. So that's it. It's no accountability whatsoever. We are so far removed from reality that instead of holding Trump accountable, we're letting him hold the highest office in the land once again. And the kicker is, of course, Donald Trump's own reaction to this very report, where he says that it's deranged prosecutors and mentioning that he won the election in a landslide in 2024, which has no bearing whatsoever on the criminality of previous acts. And it's the same playbook. It's you deny and you deflect and you distract and you blame other people. But this really isn't about whether Trump believes his own nonsense. It's just, will the system stand up to him? And the system is not standing up to him. The system has failed. He knew, based on inner circle reporting, that his get out of jail free card is winning the 2024 election. That's how he escapes accountability. And he did it. And Trump is getting away with it. And it's a nation that is allowing him to get away with it. That doesn't mean you specifically or me or any one person allowed him to get away with it, but it is a system where by winning, he gets away with it. And if the United States is supposed to be a democracy, then presidents should be accountable to the law like everybody else. Otherwise, what's the point? Then we're no longer a democracy. We really are more of a monarchy where the king can do whatever he wants as long as he continues in power. At the end of the day, this report from Jack Smith is more than just an indictment of Donald Trump. It's really an indictment of the country. And it's a reminder that we have the idea of checks and balances, and we have the idea of due process, and we have the idea of accountability and democracy. But it doesn't work unless we make it work. And maybe the checks and balances and the safeguards really are not as robust as the framers of the Constitution intended them to be. In fact, I think it's clear that they're not. And right now, where we end up is just watching as this entire thing unravels. What is the hope? What's the silver lining? I know we're looking for, like, what can we even really do at this point? We can't let this scare us into submission. It should terrify and motivate us into opposition. And that's what I'm going to be talking to Mark Elias about. Ever walk into a store and have absolutely no idea what wine to get? It happens to me every single time because I don't know anything about wine, which is why I love our sponsor, Naked Wines. Naked Wines is a subscription service that just connects you directly to the world's finest independent winemakers, so you can get award-winning wine delivered straight to your door. With my code PACMAN, you can get 6 bottles for just $39.99. My girlfriend likes white wine. I know I'm more of a red wine guy, even if I'm generally clueless. So we usually get the split box from Naked Wines, which has both. Naked Wines believes that great wine is an experience, and they're all about helping you connect with your friends, family, community over a shared bottle of wine. You get background information on each bottle. So when I have friends over, I can actually tell everybody where the wine came from and sort of sound like I know a little bit of something. And you can pause or cancel at any time. Head to nakedwines.com/Pacman and put in my code PACMAN for both the code and the password for 6 bottles of wine for just $39.99 with shipping included. The link is in the description.